Arsenal in for Ajax right back Noussair Mazraoui. With Arsenal right back Hector Bellerin set to leave the club this summer, Mikel Arteta and Edu Gaspar are out there for a brand new fullback. But is that player going to be Ajax's Noussair Mazraoui? Also, let's get an update on the future of Emi Buendia. So join me today as we discuss all things Arsenal. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Russell. Welcome back to your boys channel. The question that I want to ask you guys down below in the comments today is going to be on the right back, and if you could sign one right back for Arsenal realistically to replace Hector Bellerin, who would that player be? And let me know why down below. And with that being said, let's get into the video itself. Right, yo, then first things first, let's get an update on the Arsenal future right back. I think it's been confirmed plenty of times in the past by the likes of Fabrizio Romano, Arsenal will in fact sign a new right back this summer. Now right now we are unaware of where Hector Bellerin is going to go, but in terms of incomings, who's going to replace the Spanish right back? Well, today we have reports coming out of Morocco claiming that Arsenal were in for Noussair Mazraoui. An offer between 10 million and 15 million euros could be enough to sign him from Ajax. Now who exactly is Noussair Mazraoui, and is he the right player for Arsenal to sign? 23 years of age, born in the Netherlands but playing for Morocco itself. Having come through the Ajax academy, Noussair Mazraoui has been a key figure in that squad for the last 4 years. And of course, in terms of positions, you guys know he's a right back, but what type of right back is he? He ain't quite that bombing forwards type like Kieran, overlapping and getting crosses in. Mazraoui is better defensively than he is going forwards, but I could see how Arteta could utilise him in a midfield three in the attacking phase. Because if you look at how Mikel Arteta has been using Hector Bellerin, Bellerin doesn't overlap that often, because normally he's playing as an inverted fullback, and Mazraoui is a player who could fit that profile. Okay, hold it right there. Before we proceed, if you guys can go down there and smash a like on the video, and also do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are so close to 40,000 subscribers. It takes a second of your day and it makes your boys day as well, so go and do it. Very much appreciate it. And in terms of price tag as well, 23 years of age, 15 to 10 million euros is around 12 million pounds, so it's not that expensive considering all the other right back options. Because players are either very overrated or very overpriced. You look at Lamptey, who's a good player but 40 million pounds. Aaron's again a good player but 50 to 40 million pounds as well. That's very expensive. But before Arsenal fans get overexcited, another club that is rumoured to want Mazraoui is Bayern Munich. Yeah, you know, the German champions, the ex-Champions League champions, them man there. So let's just calm down for a second. But if you have watched Noussair Mazraoui play in for Ajax, is he a right back that you want to see Arsenal sign? Let me know your thoughts on the player down below in the comments. But while we are on the topic of right backs, Mundo Deportivo are reporting today that Arsenal are among clubs interested in signing Emerson Royal, who is set to join Barcelona shortly. Barca are in financial trouble and would only consider offers of around 25 million euros. I can see you man already confused. If Barcelona are already signing Emerson Royal, then how are Arsenal going to sign him in the same transfer window? Essentially, the weird thing about this deal is he's owned 50% by Real Betis and 50% by Barcelona, and Barcelona have a clause in Emerson's contract where they can buy the player outright for just a simple fee. And so what they're trying to do here is they're trying to flip the value of the player itself. They sign him for around 10 million pounds and sell it for 25. It makes sense, but is he the right player? He has balled out in La Liga this season, but again, as I said, the market hasn't given me a clear option, but Emerson is a player who Arsenal are clearly looking at. Another right back that Arsenal have been linked with is Ridal Baku, who plays in Germany and for Wolfsburg. A photo has emerged of Baku outside the Emirates Stadium. Now this is a photo going back to when Arsenal played Chelsea last year, but do we have yet another player that supports the gargantuan institution which is declining, but we are still gargantuan? That is Arsenal Football Club. Now in terms of reports on Baku, we have been linked to him a few times, but just saying that name alone does give me some nightmares. But in terms of him as a player, I think he's playing right now for the German under-21, so if you got time, go watch them play and go give me a scouting report on Ridal Baku. But do let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on what right back do you want to see Arsenal sign this summer. Moving on, let's get an update on Emi Buendia's potential Arsenal transfer. He is the Argentine playmaker right now on duty with Emi Martinez and Argentina, so he's doing his bits there. He's playing with Lionel Messi, but could he be playing with the likes of Emil Smith-Rowe and Bukayo Saka next season? Well, let's see, because we have some very interesting quotes from the Norwich Sporting Director today. As Stuart Webber says on Buendia and Aarons, they will cost at least 30 million pounds. If we do so one, it's probably going to start with the number 3 in front of it, and that will give us great opportunities to maybe make the whole better as well. well. He has also added that we are not sitting on a load of money. There is a massive myth that goes around about the Premier League where everyone thinks that we've now got £170 million just dropped in and someone has written a check for us. They haven't. But Stuart Webber has confirmed there and there that both Aarons and Buendia, they are available, and £30 million is the starting price for both players. But let me focus in on my guy Buendia. Now I personally believe in terms of transfer value, I think this will go up to £30 to £35 million and Arsenal can look to bring in add-ons here. But if Arsenal are clever, then maybe they can structure a deal with installments where we pay half now and half next season. We have even got word from the most reliable Arsenal source there ever gonna be in AFC Bell. Side note on Buendia, he has received assurances from the players camp and communication channels would open again between the two fronts. This has already been mentioned in several reports in British local newspapers and we can confirm it independently now, but the picture is still blurry, added one close to the event. So now you've got the AFC Bell confirming that Arsenal have opened communication again with Buendia's representatives, and this is contrary to what he said in the past, because only a few weeks ago the AFC Bell was saying that Arsenal and Norwich, they haven't been in contact, and neither would Buendia's agent either. And so it looks like things are progressing, but Arsenal fans, we're impatient. How long is this going to take? For me lads, it all depends on the future of Martin Odegaard. And today we have got a report from a somewhat reliable Madrid source claiming that Odegaard will play at Real Madrid next season. He's one of the first reinforcements. Now if Odegaard does stay at Real Madrid, Arsenal will in fact move for Emiliano Buendia, but if Odegaard becomes available, I think it's been made clear plenty of times in the past by Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein, they want Martin Odegaard as their priority. But this is where Arsenal have got to just be a bit clever. If Odegaard's not for sale and things are stalling or we don't have the time for it, I don't want to wait for last minute for Arsenal to make it off for Buendia and make a panic transfer and overpay for the player. If you want Odegaard, you can't get Odegaard, move on as soon as possible and sign Buendia before his value increases or other clubs try to sign him instead. Also in terms of Noussair Mazraoui, he played today for the French under-21s and he wasn't the best. But one thing I'll say, as much as he might be available this summer, I have not seen any single credible reports linking him to a transfer to Arsenal ever since the start of the year. And so this is just a personal interpretation, but I do believe that Arsenal, I don't think they're really in for Aouar this summer, and they want to prioritize someone to play in the right half space like a Odegaard and like a Emiliano Buendia. But how much are you willing to pay for Emiliano Buendia, and do you want to see him at Arsenal and he's the right signing in the first place? Or are you a fan of Noussair Mazraoui, or are we just going to be greedy and sign both? Because that's what I really want. Marseille are about to sign Arsenal midfielder Matteo Guendouzi, who is one of their top priority signings. After talks accelerated behind the scenes in recent days, Marseille will pay around 12 million and 15 million euros for Guendouzi, says Le 10 Sports. Now Le 10 Sports sometimes are hit and miss for Arsenal, but in terms of French transfers, they're normally on points. And that is why I am convinced that Guendouzi, he is leaving Arsenal this summer. But with Guendouzi leaving potentially, and also Granit Xhaka, we've already let go of Dani Ceballos on his loan spell. Torreira is also going to leave as well. That leaves Arsenal with just Mohamed Elneny and Thomas Partey, both players who are going to go to the African Cup of Nations in January. And so Arsenal might want a player like Yves Bissouma, but that for me is not enough. And we might have to sign 2 or 3 players, or we will be in massive trouble next season when it comes to the African Cup of Nations. And so let me know central midfielders that you want to see Arsenal sign down below, and don't give me Bissouma, we already know about that. Give me some new fresh names. Bild are claiming that Arsenal are interested in Edmond Tapsoba. Bayer Leverkusen don't want to sell, but a mega offer above 70 million euros might change that. 70 million euros for Edmond Tapsoba, who's a good defender with great potential, but 70 million euros, you know, that is a lot of money to be spending. But don't get it twisted, Arsenal probably do need a new centre back to play with William Saliba. But if we are willing to pay potentially 70 million pounds for a player at Tapsoba, what about Dayot Upamecano? But then saying that Arsenal is Arsenal and nothing in Arsenal ever makes sense, so it is what it is. But what centre back do you want to see Arsenal sign this summer transfer window? Who is that player and how much is that player going to cost? Give me some names, some really good names down below. And moving on to the other Arsenal news today. First things first, we have some breaking news, and this is massive, this is gargantuan, as it is being reported that the 2021 Emirates FA Cup will be played on Friday the 6th of August and Sunday the 8th of August, with a day gap on Saturday due to the Community Shield being held in London that day. The Emirates Cup is back. We are not gonna go trophyless, you know, put your Emirates Cups on the table. But all jokes aside, I do look forward to getting back to the Emirates Stadium next season, and who's excited excited down below in terms of vlogs returning of me being back at the Emirates. It's gonna be beautiful scenes as long as Arsenal win. The deals of both Eddie Nketiah and Alexandre Lacazette are set to expire next summer. If there is movement there, Arsenal will consider targeting a number 9, although the presence of Gabriel Martinelli and Folarin Balogun complicates matters. Arsenal are in a very sticky dilemma because we've got so many other transfers we need to make happen with right back, centre back and players like that. If we do so Lacazette and Nketiah, we might just have to play Martinelli and Balogun. Of course we also have Aubameyang, but we're going to have a lack of numbers down the middle. But ultimately, with a lack of European football, Arsenal should be fine. But what would you guys do? Do you want to give a chance to Martinelli and Balogun down the middle, or do you want to see Arsenal sign a new centre forward? And if so, who is that player going to be? Chris Wheatley is saying, as reported in April, Greek champions Olympiacos are keen on Arsenal winger Reiss Nelson. But in terms of Reiss Nelson's Arsenal career, I don't know where it's going. But personally speaking, I love to see Reiss Nelson rather go to another Premier League club on loan, maybe a mid-table team or team below Arsenal, because right now we are technically mid-table, or maybe even a club to the Championship. But what would you do with the future of Reiss Nelson this season? Are you keeping him, are you selling him, or are you loaning him? And if so, what club are you thinking? But that is the video there and there. If you have enjoyed, smash a like on the video and don't forget to subscribe as well if you are new. Please do follow your boy on them social medias, especially on the Instagram. I'm trying to hit the 10,000, so help a boy out. The links will be down below. But that was the latest Arsenal news today. I hope you have enjoyed as always. And right back, centre backs, midfield, it is getting repetitive. Arsenal, the window opens in 9 days. I want to see some business, and I will see you guys soon in a bit.